Oh, again, Andy with Handy Andy. We were out today doing some inspection repair bids out in Alpharetta. Beautiful house, and this homeowner obviously has tried to keep up on everything, but it's hard to find good contractors to do it right. So as we go through, there's already been an inspector out, so we're kind of following his notes. It's gonna be hard to see in this video, but on these two windows right here and the one above it, the mullions are rotted. It's a little thin piece that holds the windows in. We do so many of these things. We keep a stash of them made out of pressure treated wood in the shop. And it's this little mullion piece right here. So you can actually stick your fingernail into this one right here. So it's that little thin piece. And what happens is, you can see where it's rotted in the corner right there. You can see where the painters never caulked them, they just painted them. So once the paint fails from heat on them, the water starts seeping in, and if you don't catch it after a while, it'll actually rot the sash, which is the bigger square. So the mullions actually hold the glass, the therm paint unit in, and the rest of the larger wood field is the sash. So they've got a few of them. And again, it's not a huge repair, but you want to catch up on them. There's a couple rotted here in this window. This foyer has, you're not gonna be able to see it from this angle, but the right trim right there is rotted, as well as the bottom mullion. This window has a little rot, you can see it. The upper right sash is rotted through. We're the only company in Atlanta that'll fix those things with real wood. I don't know of any other company that'll do it. We've been doing it for years. It's a lot cheaper to keep or make the repair than to replace these windows. This little decorative piece up here in that gable is rotted, so the boys have to make that, which fortunately we can. There's a few things that the inspector noted that, yeah, you can do it. This right pier underneath the front porch just wasn't supported properly. So we'll probably just jack that back into position and force some concrete underneath it. It doesn't take a lot of load anyway. And you can see the rest of them are fine. A few of the posts on this front and the rear deck, you see the splits right there? We'll usually go ahead and add 2 painted bolts through there just to hold them tight so they don't continue to split. Again, it's cheaper to keep it than to swap it out. A lot of times agents will call us out because we're one call pretty much does all. You can call some specialized folks, like there was a engineering company out here looking at this retaining wall, and you can do that, but they're almost always going to be more expensive than we are. We're kind of old school, take a lowest cost repair approach to a lot of these things. So when you're looking at a retaining wall, a crack like this will scare a lot of people, but this was just gradual settling, and you can see that because most of the cracking is along the mortar lines. In a couple places it settled a little bit quicker and it split the bricks, but there's no bulging in this wall. So some folks come out here and tell you gotta rip this all out, start over again. That's a $20,000-$30,000 repair. We would just come in, and for now, if it were my house, I would just seal this up with epoxy, try to tint the mortar to match, and obviously continue to monitor this area. There's a couple drains down at the bottom that appear to be clogged. So any moisture that's hitting up against this wall has no real way to get out. And that'll contribute to this, but overall, this retaining wall is in great shape. So I wouldn't be ripping it down, but again, everybody has opinions. You know, we warranty all of our work too. This is a beautiful house. The things that we're pointing out are mostly things that the inspector found, and any inspector coming to my house, your house, this house, they're gonna find things. You just wanna catch this rot early before it gets real expensive. And you'll see some repairs on this house where, like here, they had a handyman, whoever did this work. See the blackness in the caulk here? They tried to repair this piece with caulk. So this right brick mold is rotted right here in this corner, so we'll make a weather cut across it and repair that. But whenever you're caulking stuff, you're doing this as a homeowner, make sure you wipe this down with crud cutter or Mediclean, something that'll kill the mold, and then paint it. And so see how dark that mold is right there? It's because the handyman re-caulked this area and the mold is anaerobic. He didn't clean it first. And so if this is your house, you see where there's little cracks in the window sash right here? Just caulk this early on so it's not rotting the window. See this here? This is all recent caulk. I don't know the exact timing, but it's funny that they recocked here, but they missed the little inside piece up this line. And then same thing over here. This was rotted and they just put caulk in it, so we'll repair this left one as well. But again, it's a beautiful house. As we go up through here, they framed this deck really for aesthetics and looks. So these joists should have been run the other way. So it flexes a little bit when you walk on it. We'll come in and add some blocking, staggered blocking in here, just to give it a little more strength. Then add some screws to these joist hangers underneath. They're nailed right now, so it doesn't meet code. The inspector wanted this to be rigid gas line where it comes through the house right up in here. Just because it can tear as the house settles. Every house settles for the first 25 to 35 years. Under here, they had a little settlement. I do think they have footers under here. We would go ahead and add another pressure treated brace inside of these just to give it the stability. Some of this is the soil probably wasn't thoroughly compacted in this area. It looks like this lot was filled to build this. So we come up here, if you don't catch those little things, they get a little more expensive. So like here, this house probably had smaller gutters at one time where they were clogged and the water came down this wall. The caulk failed in here and now it's into the bottom of that sash, the bottom of this sash. See the wrinkling right here? You can put your finger right through that. So we can fix it. And then over here, we come out and do the work. We'll replace this one for free. Someone repaired this rotted door jamb right here. They made a horizontal cut. And again, you can see whoever did it, see that splotch of mold right there? It's because he didn't clean. He just caulked over it. So we'll strip that out and clean it. We won't charge them for that. Any trim work we do is a lifetime ownership warranty. Any hardy plank siding we do is fully transferable lifetime warranty. I mean, a little hard to see it in the video right here, but this window right here, whoever painted last time, they just bonded over the rot in that window. So it's all the way through now. But this mullion is rotted and we'll repair the frame with back primed and sealed wood. That is a very difficult repair. But repairing it is better than replacing it. Window like that'll easily cost you $3,500 to $4,000 in Atlanta. And we'll fix it for a fraction of that cost. The siding's in great shape. He's just got one little section of delaminating siding up on the back of the chimney. They didn't seal the bottom edges of the siding. And it's gonna be hard to see it from this angle, but right up here, right where it hits the roof line, it's getting so much water up against it that those bottom rows on both sides are delaminated. So the bottom 4 rows just need to be replaced. And there's one piece that I didn't include over here in this corner. Same thing. But overall, siding's in great shape. And some things are hard to spot. There's a little door jamb repair up here off the garage that you really wouldn't see it unless you felt for it, which we did today. So again, a beautiful house. The rest of the inspections are little minor plumbing, electrical, nothing major on this house. Just all kind of either they didn't do it right the first time or catch up maintenance work. But right here in this corner's rotted right there. So we pretty much do it all with one call. My brother and I run a crew, 26 people, doing this for a long, long time. You need it, you name it, we do it. I'm Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.